Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torfey.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torfey.
I'm Sheila Fossen, and I'll be doing the broadcasting.
I'm Robin Hackett, and I'm your guest musician today.
Yay.
Let's get started with the invocation. Would you do it?
So I just invite you to close your eyes, find that place of stillness within. Take a deep breath to breathe in the oneness and the allness, and breathe out any thoughts you might be having, any worries you might be having, and just center into that still small place where the Spirit indwells each one of us, where we know that there's only that one power, that one presence, that each and every one of us is present with it, with each other, and with all that is. There is absolutely no separation. And so I know that this service unfolds in ease and grace. I know that each one of us hears what needs to be heard and says what needs to be said, and that this is a divine connecting time. And so in absolute gratitude, I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
Cheers.
And so we welcome once again Robin Hackett, the beloved voice and talent that we so appreciate. What you got for us today, Robin?
A little sing along, and people can join in whenever they feel it. I can hear it. A little congregational. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive in this world. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are alive, you are alive, you are alive in this world. You are alive, you are alive, you are alive in this world. And you shine, oh you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are alive, oh, we are alive. We are alive in this world. Oh, we are alive, oh, we are alive. We are alive in this world. And we shine, oh, we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. I am alive, I am alive. I am alive in this world. I am alive, I am alive. I am alive in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
That really connects to the theme for.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You meant it too, huh?
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we're going to do a few things and then we'll be back to you.
Okay, I'll be here.
Okay.
Thank you. So the mission for the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro is to create an open, accepting learning environment that recognizes and embraces diversity, peaceful resolution to conflict in personal and community relationships, and help make the world a better place.
And so,
And so it is. So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro, and check out our website, cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us and add yourself to the email list. You can request prayer. The prayers and the affirmations for the week and for many, many weeks previous are out there too. So they're available for you. Today's title is When the Light Comes On. And you already met our wonderful inspirational musician today, Robin Hackett. And our reading today is from The Power of Awareness by Neville. Okay, we're ready for the affirmations and the reading. Good morning, Sheila.
Morning. Okay. Affirmations for the week of March 12th, 2023. Please repeat after me. I claim balance and synchronicity for my life now.
I claim
Balance and synchronicity for my life now.
Each moment is a new opportunity to experience my wholeness and perfection.
Each moment is a new opportunity to experience my wholeness and perfection.
I find the joy and contentment in all aspects of my life.
I find the joy and contentment in all aspects of my life.
My life exists as evidence of God's presence and perfection.
My life exists as evidence of God's presence and perfection.
I share a deep and powerful oneness with all life.
I share a deep and powerful oneness with all life.
At every level of my being, I am connected with Spirit.
At every level of my being, I'm connected with Spirit.
And together we say,
And so it is.
Yes. And the reading for today is from Neville, and it's The Power of Awareness. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, or you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You must want to be different and to intend to be before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. By desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. The ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for an incarnation, but unless you yourself offer it human parentage, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the task of incarnating this new and greater value of yourself. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stepping in and doing the reading today.
And affirmations.
Yes. So we got some more
We
Robin.
do. Yay, yay.
I'm ready for some more Robin.
There's a light, there's a light in the darkness, and the black of the night cannot harm us. We can trust not to fear, for our comfort is near. There's a light, there's a light in the darkness. It will rain, yes, it will rain in the desert, in the cracks of the plains. There's a treasure like the thirst of the sea. We await, we believe it will rain, it will rain in the desert. We will fly, yes, we will fly. We will let go to that world. We will die, but our hearts know we'll see more on that side. When the doors open wide, we will fly, we will fly, we will fly, oh, we'll fly. We will let go. There's a light, there's a light, there's a light, there's a light.
Oh, that was wonderful.
That was so beautiful.
Who wrote that song?
Oh, that's Emmylou Harris.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
It was a beautiful song and beautifully done. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you.
We look forward to your next song.
Yes,
right,
we do.
right after we do our stuff.
Okay. I'll
See
be
you
listening.
then.
All right.
Ah, that was a beautiful
That
song.
was amazing.
What was, give that title again.
When the light comes on.
Oh yeah, when the light comes on. We come into this world as a bright light. If you ever looked at a baby, you see in its eyes innocence, purity, wholeness, perfect spiritual completeness. and then life happens, and somehow our light can be dimmed. Sometimes our light can be really bright, and most of the time it's somewhere in between. It's kind of like a dimmer switch. Your light gets turned down or it gets turned way up, or for most of us, it's like right in the middle. Maybe a little bit to the dim, maybe a little bit to the brightness, depending on your day. But we all have this light, and it's an inner light. It's a light that can be dimmed by hurtful things, by painful things, by anger, by fear. And we experience these times that can make our light not present or dimmed in a way that I'm feeling right now. I have my back out on me, and my light is a little dim in this moment, trying to express the brightness of light. Because in my life, I've had a lot of really bright things happen. The time, like when my daughter was born, there was this light that came into the room when she burst into the world, and you can't even explain what it's like, because it's so amazing to have this life come into the world, and the whole room was just lit up. And there were times when I was young where I threw a no-hitter, and my light was so bright after that game that it was hard to settle down. There was burying my wife was a bright light in our life, and people celebrated. The light was so bright in the room, in the celebration. There's so many more. Being ordained, that was a bright light in my life, and that light, that brightness in our life carries us forth through all experiences. But like I said, most of the time our light is right in that middle place. And the brightness of my life affects the brightness in other people's lives. When I'm at my highest point of brightness, others that are in my vicinity, their light will brighten somewhat too. It's just a matter of the highest light in a room will affect all the rest of those people, just as the lowest light in the room will affect many people. People have experienced things that aren't very pleasant, and in that unpleasantness, others will feel the pain or the hurt that you may be experiencing. I've been a minister for next year will be 25 years as a minister. And one of the things that I'm always in awe in is experiencing other people's lights brighten. Like in class, it happens. People will come up and share something that's happened in their life, and their light is so bright that it lights up my life. And I was thinking about a time when I experienced there were a lot of times I've experienced people's lights come on, but there's this one time that it was really evident of how one person can light up a whole room. I was facilitating this thing called Revelation. It's something that Agape used to put on once a year, and it was like a big conference. People would come from all over the world to participate, and I had just become a practitioner, and my minister, Reverend Michael Beckwith, has a tendency to throw you right into the mix. So I was one of the facilitators of a breakout room. And this particular revelation had, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5 breakout rooms, and I was a facilitator of one of them. And this particular breakout room was pretty large, and there was like 40 or 50 people in there. And I would ask questions and just let people share. And there was a lot of sharing going on, but there was this one particular gentleman that kept catching my eye because he seemed to be someplace else. He seemed to be in another place. It was an intense look on his face, and it wasn't anger, but I wasn't sure what it was. But he was definitely having an experience, and people continued to share. And at one point, I looked over at him, and he had this big smile on his face. I said, "Oh, well, he's back with us." And some more sharing took place, and then the room got quiet, and I looked over at him, and he's waving his arms, wanting to talk, and it's like, okay, the floor is yours. What do you want to say? And this gentleman was about 45, 50 years old. He was a big man, I'd say 6'4", 250 pounds, and he was dressed to the T in a conservative way. And he started sharing that he was a banker, and that made sense because everybody else was kind of casual, and he was dressed up with a tie and really sharp looking. And he's told about how he'd been hiding his light for his whole life, and he just realized that he had been holding something in that has been hateful to his spirit. So he wanted to share that he was gay. And the room just got so bright in that moment because you could feel his freedom. You could feel his intensity of his light, sharing that. And this gentleman talked about how he wanted to dance. He wanted to take dance lessons, but his conservative way of thinking that this is the way a person's supposed to be when they're the vice president of a bank. And we all looked at him and go, vice president of a bank? Wow, that must have been awful hard to hold that in all your life and to not be able to share who you really are. Because any time that you hold back anything about yourself, anything that you've restricted in your life, dims your light. It's like turning the dimmer to, turn it to the left a little bit and hold back all the good that you have to offer. Hold back the experience of being who you are and not being ashamed of it, not being fearful of it, but just being totally who you are. Well, this gentleman went on to take classes and become a practitioner. And I became a minister, and my life went another direction. So I don't know how his life changed, but in that moment, it inspired him to become the perfection, the innocence, the purity that he was born to be. We can stay in that place of balance in our life, because every experience we have isn't going to be a totally bright one, a life-changing one. But when we have one of those, it lasts. It can't be ever taken back. And it carries us forth and being open for other bright light experiences to happen. But we can in this dimmer, we can keep it a little bit to the right of our light and allow ourselves to be a little bit brighter in everything we do. And when we are, when we're, I'm sorry, my back's really killing me. When we're in this place of pain, we can embrace it and name it what it is, and just know that my light is still bright, even though I may be experiencing the dimness of it all. So how do we change? How do we turn the dimmer up a little bit when we're feeling not so bright? Well, for me, this morning I went into meditation, and it was like the pain and everything was gone. It was like I didn't even experience it, because I went into another place beyond the pain, and it lasted for a little bit. Right now, it's dimming a little bit, but it's okay, because I know that it is not who I am, that my light can be bright, even though the dimmer is turned a little bit to the left.
So would you do that after, so that it's the last thing we do?
Do what?
Your ways to illuminate the light in yourself?
Sure.
Okay. So I found a quote from Buddha that says, "Be a light unto yourself."
Mhm.
And I just thought that was so meaningful and so powerful, that we recognize for ourselves who we are, and that we are that light. And so then that took me to becoming aware of who we are, because I think a lot of times we're not aware of the light that we are. And it has to do with things like, what are the thoughts that we're thinking? What are the thoughts we're thinking about ourselves? What are the thoughts we're thinking about others? What are the thoughts we're thinking about life in general? And if we just begin to become aware of those thoughts, because our mind is thinking all of the time. There are thoughts going through our head all of the time. Some of them we're more aware of than others. And we're always manifesting those thoughts. So it becomes important for us to begin to be aware of what we're thinking. And so, what are we thinking about ourselves? What are we thinking about our job? What are we thinking about what's going on in the world? What are we thinking? And so, as we are thinking those thoughts, the bright ones bring us up, the darker ones bring us down, and we're always manifesting. We're manifesting those thoughts all of the time, because that's how this thing works. That spirit that's indwelling us is always manifesting that which we're thinking. And so as we become more aware of what we're thinking, as we become more aware of who we are, then we can start to be more present. I also want to read, this is a little bit long, but I really, really liked it. It's from Practicing the Presence by Joel Goldsmith. He says, "There is no miracle, God, except the miracle that becomes evident in the living of our oneness with God. That is the miracle. Knowing the truth with the mind does not guarantee that it will be put into action. It is when the truth seeps down from the mind and penetrates the heart that the spirit reigns and love is enthroned." And so I know we've talked about that before, that there's an intelligence in the heart, and that we talked about that in class a lot, that we have to move it, the knowingness, from our mind to our heart, because it's not enough to know it just in the mind. We have to know it in our hearts. And so I just want us to begin to ask ourselves, where are we present? When are we present? Where are we not? When are we on autopilot? And when do we get stuck in the past? And dwelling on something that happened a long time ago? When are we futurizing? Because all of those things keep us from just really recognizing the who we are now. We can dwell on what we could have been, what we should have been, what we could be, what we aren't, what we are. And so as we begin to just recognize that light that was within our being, recognize it not in our heads, but move it to our heart and know it with our whole self, then we begin to feel that oneness and feel that powerful and feel that joy. And that's what brings our light forth. And now it seems like a really good time for you to say the things that we can do.
Yeah. Well, it's important to know that the inner light is just another way of saying the Christ presence,
Right.
the God as you, because the light that we are is the light that God is, and we can always bring forth that light by doing simple things. If you're feeling a little down, like I said earlier, we can meditate. We can get to a place where we're willing to let go of whatever is going on in our life, let go of having to be right, let go of having an idea that it must work this way and it can only work this way to make me happy. Let going of all that stuff that the mind tries to tell us we should be doing, because there's nothing that we must do. There's only things we choose to do. We can spend some time in nature. I always get a kick out of Reverend Valerie when she gets to gardening. She's like in this blissful place, this peaceful place, and as her partner, I go out and help a little bit to just pick up on that light that she's shining out there, and make my day a little bit better. We can live in gratitude, giving thanks for whatever's going on. Like right now, my back hurting me. I can give thanks that I'm awake and aware, and I can feel something. My back is trying to tell me it needs an attention. So being aware is another way of practicing the presence of God in your life. So we can do that to turn up to turn our dimmer up. We can change our thinking. That's a big one, because sometimes we get caught up in thoughts that aren't the best way of thinking. And in the moment that we're aware that our thinking is not the highest form, in fact, it's distracting us from what is really happening in life, just simply changing our awareness to the truth of our being. So right now, I'm aware of my body, and I am claiming that I am not my body. My body is not who I am. Here's a big one. Practice self-love. Because your light is love. The light that is within you is love. And if you find a reason to love yourself and do that loving, then you can change anything in a moment. You can release the attachment to whatever is negative happening in your life. I now claim for myself that, what do I claim?
The healing power and presence in your life right here, right now,
Yes.
as your spirit, mind, and body.
Yes.
Knowing that that light is going up through your toes, all the way through your legs, into your back, and ending up in your head, which continues to think about that pain, which makes it worse.
Mhm.
It's an interesting thing about that.
So that's the last thing I wanted to bring forth. You can lean on someone else's consciousness to uplift your consciousness, because we're not in this world alone. And if there are, well, not if, there are people in your life that love you and are vibing at a high level, just by tapping into their consciousness and asking them to speak the truth for you, can change everything in any given moment. So you're not alone. I all kinds of thoughts going through my head, and none of them coming forth. In this moment, I release, I let go, and I allow God to take me to the next moment. Being your true self is being willing to be vulnerable. And in this moment, I'm willing to be vulnerable and share that I am a perfect being, but I am having a human experience. And I share this with you because sometimes we want to hide behind something that's happening and not really be in the moment with the truth of our being. So I've shared this today to be vulnerable and to have all of anyone that's listening to put me in your prayers and know my perfection in my back. I ask of that of you in my most vulnerable moments. Yeah.
Should we pray?
Okay.
I just invite you to close your eyes and go within. As we recognize that there is only that one spirit, that one life, that one power and one presence that is everywhere and everything all of the time. That there is no other thing. That right where that spirit is, it is always expanding, always manifesting, always becoming more of itself. And each one of us are one with that. We're one with that power and presence. We're one with each other. We're one with all that is. There is no separation. And so as I speak this word, I'm speaking it for myself and for all of us, that right where we are, God is. That there is divine healing in our mind, body, and spirit. That we are beings of light and beings of love, and that we let go of that which no longer serves us. And we step into that light being which we know we are. And we have that awareness of the truth of our beings, that we're so much more than this body. And we're so much more than this physical reality that we're living in, that we, each one and together, are eternal beings, one with God, one with the power, one with the presence, one with life, one with all that is, all of the time. And so in absolute gratitude for knowing this word, for knowing this is the truth, for knowing it's true for each and every one of us and all of us, I give thanks. I give thanks to know the truth of our being, to know that God is all there is, to know that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I release this word knowing it's already done in the mind of God, that it is manifesting into form right here and right now. And as I release it, I give thanks for it, I let it go, and together we say, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and woo-hoo!
I'm back again. I've traveled through many a storm, been out there on my own, just trying to make it home. I've watched clouds roll in and stood out in the pouring rain, but it was through the darkest night I saw the light. Up and down was all I knew. I'd wake up with a smile, then watch my world come crashing through. I would hide away, afraid to face another day, but it was through the darkest night I saw the light. So don't be afraid of the storm, 'cause when that old devil wind begins to blow, you'll find through the darkest night. You'll find through the darkest night. You'll find through the darkest night. You'll see the light. Oh, you'll see the light. Ooh, the light.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's like a prayer in itself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna do our abundance call now. I ask you to consider us as one of your places of giving, because in the giving is a wonderful experience of love, loving to give, and we're open to loving receive. So I'm just gonna bless. Do you need to say something for you?
Yeah. So I should tell people the best way to give is to go to cslnorthmetro.org and just go down the front page a little bit, and there's PayPal there, and there's a place called Subsplash, and you can give either way, whatever works better for you. And also our address is out there too if you'd rather send a check. So, all right, that's it.
So just shine your light towards this basket, the basket being a representative of giving and receiving. And in this moment, I just ask you to repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Accept this gift I give,
Accept this gift I give,
knowing it's given in love,
knowing it is given in love,
expecting nothing back,
expecting nothing back,
but knowing that the gift keeps on giving.
but knowing that the gift keeps on giving.
For this and so much more,
For this and so much more,
I'm eternally grateful.
I'm eternally grateful.
I simply say, and so it
And I
is.
simply say, and so it is.
Robin?
Robin. Yay.
Hi, everyone. My favorite song to sing for you guys. Today I saw the sun. I stood out in the rain and watched the eagle fly again. I heard a baby cry and walked right through a storm and felt the wind upon my face. And all the while I could not help but see the life that lives in you and me. And I'm peaceful, yes, and I'm grateful, oh, and I'm thankful, oh Lord. Yes, I am, and I'm hopeful, yeah, and I'm so full, and I'm thankful, oh, I am. I hugged an old oak tree, the earth beneath my feet, and saw a shooting star above. I looked into your eyes and touched an open heart and fell into a whole lot of love. And all the while I could not help but see the life that lives and breathes in you and me. And I'm peaceful, yes, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful, oh Lord. Yes, I am, and I'm hopeful, yes, and I'm so full that I'm thankful. Oh, I am so peaceful, yes. I'm thankful, oh, I'm grateful, oh, yes I am. I'm hopeful, yes, and I'm so full, and I'm thankful, oh, I am, and I'm thankful, oh, I am. Yes, I am so grateful, oh, so thankful, oh. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, so thankful, so thankful, so thankful. I am, I am, I am.
Thank you, Robin.
That was so good.
Yes.
What a wonderful day.
Yeah.
So well, you guys want to say something before I invite people to Zoom?
Just love the whole the reading and the message of we need to birth it ourselves, and in order to get there, you have to have the new ideas and the thoughts and put it into feeling, and it's just great. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah. It's always a good reminder. It's interesting. I mean, I've been in this journey and this philosophy a long time, but I keep forgetting. So thank you. Yeah, it's always just a good reminder all the time.
And Reverend Michael, our prayers are with you. That back is healed.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
And thank you for having the patience with me making it through somewhat of a talk.
Thanks for showing us that can be vulnerable.
Yes.
So we do invite you to join us on Zoom afterwards. We usually have a really good time. So the link is right there, and we hope to see you soon. So just invite you one more time to close your eyes as we give thanks for all of the good that's in our lives, for all of the good that's still coming to us, for the awareness of the truth of our being, and for our awareness of that continual expanding and growing and becoming more of who we came here to be. And absolute thankful for the opportunity to reach out in this way and give thanks for all it is. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
So
Amen.
it is.
And so it is.
We'll see you on Zoom.
Nancy.
Okay.